What's going on? It's Dre the Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will set you free. Yes, sir. Namaste. Peace and blessings to you, Awakening One. Shout out to the Awoke Ones if you're watching. Hold on. I want to show y'all somebody. This is my little baby plant. This Leela right here. And I love her very much. She got me smiling right now. We just had a nice little conversation. So yeah. But the conversation we was speaking about, and I thought to myself, like, man, you know what? I should bring this to you, Awakening One. So basically we was telepathically speaking. So it was like I wanted to talk to you a little bit about awakening ones and then falling ones. Let me tell you this right now about awakening ones in this world being me and you, the difference between an awakening one and a fallen one. Same thing as chosen ones, or however any other interpretation of someone who's consciously awake in this world. Now, the difference between the two is the fact that is this. You come in this world already. You come into this world as a light being from up above. Now, this is all within, you know what I'm saying? So just take what I'm saying to you, take it in stride, and just, hear me and hear what I'm saying to you. Now, you're a light being from up above. You come in this world as pure. You come in this world as good. You come in this world to serve out an agenda for the universe, because that's the universal order for each and every one of us, is love, prosperity, and peace. We come in this world to be free. Hence, when we're children, we're already in that awakening state. Our third eye is open. So we don't know who we want to be in this world. Say to yourself this: when you were a kid, you used to say stuff like, "Oh, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be this, I want to do this." See, your mind, it opens itself up to literally grab a hold of whatever it wants to be. Now, I'm going to say this. When I was a kid, I used to want to be a cop. Yes, hear me out. I used to say, I want to be a cop. I had nobody in my family that was an influencer. I had nobody that was an officer. None of my immediate family, none of them were officers. I just used to say, you know what? I want to do something good in this world. Because I used to look at officers as being good, and I used to look at them as being somebody that serves people and serves the public. And I always used to say to myself, I want to be an officer. And then you had all these other interpretations that were thrown at you as children, us as children, when we were awake to just take in the information that we grabbed and seen it as though, this is the role I want to put myself in, or this is the role that I want to move into, because these are roles of good, and you want to be good, you want to be pure, you want to serve your role out to the universe as someone that wants to help humanity. And this is the thing, we all move into that, and we keep that same notion as you when we're young, at that stage as a child. But as we get older and we become, more out of that stage of when we were free, at that point, we come into now that teenage stage. Now, we may still have bits and pieces of our freedom still attached to our conscience, but it starts to get erased a little bit more, because we come more into the illusion state, in which tampers down our conscience to literally now have us disattached from things that we wanted to become, because now we have other things shoved in our face. Now we're opening up, our conscience is starting to open up to what we see in the illusion, to be like, oh shoot, no, I don't want to be no cop. Now they do this and that, they harass people, they harass me. Now I seen a different side of them. At first, when I was a kid, Seeing them, they used to protect and serve, but getting older, now they come around, they harassing me, they doing this and this to me, and they making me feel uncomfortable. Why would I ever want to be something like them? Why would I want that? So you take yourself out of that position of wanting to be that savior, wanting to be somebody of good, and look at the good ones or the people that's serving, that's doing good. Now you're living backwards, which is why the illusion does that to your temporary. It does that to your conscience going forward as you grow up, because in this world you don't know, you don't know yourself yet. You don't have that capability because your memory is wiped as soon as you get here. So you don't know that. You have to get these downloads again throughout your life. You have to get going through your life and put yourself back in that position. But listen to this though. You going through your life, and now what I'm saying, you're wiping yourself, you're going backwards. So now you move further into your life, and now you're doing things like you seeing yourself as wanting to do something good, but now you're seeing the things that you used to say you want to be, you don't no longer want to be. You don't want to serve that. So then you start looking out to other different, people who are sort of that's open you up to different avenues of looking out to see what you want to portray your purpose towards. So you look to seeing, oh, okay, I see an artist, and this dude is, I'm infatuated with his music. I'm infatuated with his digression, and the messages he putting out, and the action behind it, and how he's thriving off of this and that. Hence, we move into what we see and want to move into that in what we do. But will that serve us? Will that serve us in the universe? Is that how we should be portraying ourselves to be towards one another? Should we portray ourselves in a way to see that, oh, I want to talk about this and that's going to harm this person or harm that person? Or are we going to move into a position of doing right for one another? So the difference between awakening ones, chosen ones, whichever one you prefer to use, is that when you were a light being sent here, you were sent to stay on the path of good. You were sent here to stay on the path of, doing good for this world. But we have to go through hell to get to heaven. So you got to go through rough patches, going through your life of living. Going through your life of living, you got to go through rough patches, is what I'm trying to say. So that when coming into your awakening state, that damn, when you get that chance to literally put yourself in a position to do something right in this world, you have to make the decision right then and there to say to yourself, am I going to do this for the universe, or am I going to do this for my ego? Am I going to do this for only me and carry out what I want to do in this world and care for me only and not care for others? Or am I going to do something that's going to not only help me and that's going to help others? A lot of people that don't see the importance of how the world moves and how the world works, because I always say this, one hand pushes the other, and that effect is so serious, because if one hand pushes the other, then that means that there's no hand that's going to ever be left behind. There's no one going to ever be left behind, because we're always going to push one another to keep going forward in life. But if one hand stops pushing the other, then it's a domino effect. Then it's it's the end of the transition forward for mankind. And the unity is no longer there, where then it becomes just the selfish aspect of someone just caring for themselves and not for others. And that's where, when people disregard their lightness, when they disregard the halo of the universe of the creator, when they disregard that, then they're putting in themselves in the seat to not want to be uh the energy of light, the light force being that they are. They're disregarding that to be a fallen one, to be one that just cares for self, that's just one caring only for their love for what they want and not the love of others, which is not gonna ever help, the universe be able to see the world in which we as children live upon to prosper in a harmonious way. So I thought I'd just share that with you because it just came to me, like, as I was just speaking with her, you know, I was just thinking, like, man, it's even more of a beautiful thing just to know that we're in that awakening state, to see the universe come into that smile that it deserves. It deserves to smile down on us and see us happy, joyous, and living as, free as we should possibly be, so that this world can stay up on the upright and not fall on its back. And that's the truth.